and then we'll get going. All right, we're live right now.
All right. It says off air still.
Yeah, it should be going. There it is. All right, it's live on the computer.
Okay. And then
Live on here yet. You should
should
be.
change.
There it is.
All right. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, guys.
All right. Nobody's watching yet. It's okay. All right. In the meantime, I'm
Got my coffee.
in house. Got some water.
I have a bottle of water and a cup of coffee. I got two things going.
I went just water today, and it's because I'm recuperate from a pretty decent workout I did earlier. So.
Oh, really? That's cool. I haven't worked out in so long. Like, I'm really falling out of shape. I need to
It's okay.
get back into that.
I just go out to the desert if I was in Nevada.
Nevada?
Yeah. Well, now you're not in Nevada. You're in California.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm in
If I was
California.
in California, I'd still find some desert because there's somewhere around there.
Oh, there's plenty of desert here, believe me.
There you go. Just go after desert.
Death Valley, Jesus. Have you ever heard of Death Valley?
Well, I've heard Death Valley in Louisiana. That's where the Tigers play, but I have heard about that Death Valley too.
Oh, no, this Death Valley is a little bit different.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. What's it doing?
I need to mute my phone so that doesn't happen.
There you go.
Right. Still waiting.
How many viewers we got?
We're at 0 still.
0. Going strong.
0 people. Right.
So many people are going to vote for me.
Hopefully.
You're a dick.
I'm kidding.
No, I know. You're good.
It'll be, hell, the polls are telling us different anyways. So
yeah, the polls are looking pretty good, but I'm not going to get cocky about it. Like, we still need to turn out voters if we want to win. That's right. The way I see it.
Passed several times at polls. It don't mean shit, really.
Mm. But I think, like in more recent elections, they've been more accurate because A, we're only using TPON voters, and 2, when they did polls like in 2052, when it was off, that was without Hunter. So when Hunter came in, he took a bunch of conservatives, and then Pandya or whatever overshot his polls, and he won.
I think it's crazy because if you look at, I think the way TPON politics was going to pass, I think this is probably one of the first elections where a sitting president, and I said it last night.
Is at risk? Yeah.
I said it right in front of him, and he's probably a little upset with it. But
I saw, yeah. That was a good live stream.
But
honestly.
I spilled some water.
That's a problem. Don't spill on your computer.
No, that wouldn't be good.
No.
But we got a viewer. Somebody's
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Going. All right. Thanks.
All right.
Okay.
Sweet.
And 2.
Got some, 2.
Right. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second presidential town hall of the 2064 presidential election in TPON. Tonight we have the Democratic representative or the candidate.
Former vice president.
That is former vice president and current representative Trent. So we are very excited to get going. So let's get started here. Right out the gate.
Okay, sounds good.
You a little opening statement if you have one, and then we'll go into questions.
Well, my opening statement would be that, of course, over the past 8 years, TPON's gone over a lot of transformation, right? We've seen a president literally try to executive order the end of TPON. We've started to come together since then, but I really think we need sort of like to quote Ruzik's 2060 campaign slogan, a victory lap. We need to really bring the country together around an agenda, which I've laid out a bipartisan agenda, which I believe we can, I think we're in a really good position to get some stuff done. Like, I proposed Competent Secretaries Act, which would ensure activity among secretaries. That's a big problem we've had. And I'll reiterate, even though we've had a lot of successes, we've also had a lot of failures. And I think that's what we need to address going forward. And if I become president, then I will be pushing against a lot of that stuff. And I hope to earn your vote on those policies. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's get right into it. I'll go with some questions I got from polling.
Okay.
And the first question is about your economy plan. Well, someone asked actually, what is your economic plan, and why is it better than the president?
I couldn't hear your question. Sorry.
Okay. You can't hear me?
It was kind of stuttering. Like I was picking up parts of it, and then.
All right, let's try it again. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. It's still kind of spacing out a little bit.
Okay, I think I know why.
That's a small issue. All right, here, try to ask the question again, and I'll see if I can pick up the whole thing.
All right, you got me?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Let's hear it.
There we go. Okay, what will you do with our economy, and what makes your economic plan better than the president's?
With the economy, I plan to. Well, first of all, I want to implement workfare. That's something that I've advocated for in the past. It's something that I think is really a good policy. Workfare is basically the idea that welfare is meant to supplement and not replace an income. So it's this whole thing that Bill Clinton presented in the 90s. It passed, and in my opinion, it was really successful. So workfare would be a big part of my economic plan. Secondly, I think we should definitely focus on expanding trade with a lot of other countries. I think multilateral free trade deals would be beneficial. That being said, I do think, unlike the president, I do think there are uses for tariffs. I think that to level the playing field, for example, if a country is putting tariffs on us and we're just, sending in a bunch of stuff to them without, charging their goods coming into our country, I think that's not leveled. So we need to put tariffs for the purpose, and I think only for the purpose of leveling the playing field. Those are the two main things. I think trade deals and welfare will be big focuses for my campaign, at least around the economy.
All right. Another campaign question, or economy question, is, your platform talks about some new laws and a stats bill. Stats. I guess could you talk to me about that a little bit? What's your, what's exactly your plan there?
You mean to use economic formulas and the whole thing about the Secretary of Stats?
Yes.
Well, what I would want to do is I would want to get someone in that position who's qualified, who understands economics, who's active, and I would with a lot of the responsibility, because personally, my strong point is more with domestic issues. I would call myself pretty knowledgeable, at least on drug issues. I'm a big supporter of infrastructure, and I think actually one of McCarthy's strong points was his infrastructure plan. So I'm not going to detract everything from the previous administrations, but I would say that going back to your question about Secretary of Stats, I would put someone in that position who's qualified, who understands economic formulas, and who can apply them in that office as, to push forward the Teapot economy, basically. That's my response to that.
Okay. Well, what about talks about some new laws, according
new laws
with the economy? Yeah,
that's what I'm not. I have to take a look at my platform to if it might have been something that because Taylor and I both filled in parts of the platform, and if he was planning something, if he wanted to put something in, that might have been on the platform.
I'll tell you what, while we're getting
because we talked about it together. I'm sorry.
Yes, while you're getting that, I'll swap to another deal, and that is The economy is obviously one of the biggest concerns of Americans, and it's one of the top issues that is to America or to
Of course.
voters in Teapon.
Mhm.
So, let's say that in the event that we were to face a economic collapse of some kind, or there was a
Okay.
stock market crash, what's your response to that? What would, if you're president, what would be your way of maybe trying to fix that?
Well, first of all, I think we need some kind of stimulus. I'd work with Democrats and Republicans to figure something out in order to boost the amount of capital flowing through the economy. I think tax cuts might be one way to do that. Whether or not there would actually be like, Keynesian policies through that would have to be negotiated into the bill. But I definitely think tax cuts are one way to do it. And overall, my plan would involve a bipartisan stimulus package, and I'd work with both Democrats and Republicans to try and make that happen.
All right. All right. Now we go to more, international questions, and that is
Okay.
another big,
Oh, that's a big one. Absolutely.
another big topic of the election. And I did a poll basically over the weekend, and it was one of the questions were, name the top issue to you. And one of the biggest issues was improved foreign nations or improving foreign nations.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you do to try and improve, the foreign nation situation in T-Bond?
Okay, that's a really good question, frankly. Well, first of all, one of the biggest parts of my platform at first involved somehow getting rid of Darwin as a Secretary of Foreign Nations, because he was just plugging the process. He would bend over backwards to the foreign nations whenever they would try to force something through. He was probably one of the most incompetent secretaries I've ever seen. So I'm glad he's gone, and I'm glad we have Williamson now. And I think Williamson is actually doing a fairly good job as Secretary of Foreign Nations. And I like that we're finally setting limits on the nations. And that's actually one of the big things I think we need. I think we need to set a limit on which foreign nations we allow to exist in TPON, frankly. Like, for example, Canada's worked. We've seen it work consistently. I think that's one nation that needs to stay. The UK has been one of the most successful ones. It's been around for the longest time. And the UK is definitely one of those nations. And expanding on that, I would definitely say that the nations that we keep should be the nations that are probably the most economically influential in real life, nations that are important to like the balance of global power. So we can really sort of simulate global politics in a realistic way in TPON. And that's something that TPON foreign policies lacked from the past that we really need to start fitting in now, and that's realism. And so as president, my plan would involve limiting foreign nations for now to those strong nations with strong influence, and seeing where it goes from there. And also AI nations are one plan I had in the foreign policy part of my platform. So I think that would be a definite way to improve foreign nations, like allow the secretary events to make a nation act a certain way, and then the president of the United States and the Congress would respond to that.
It'd be an interesting idea. Now let's switch gears and talk about what's tonight. Obviously, the president gave his State of the Union. First of all, I'll say, what's your response to the president's State of the Union?
Well, I didn't get a huge chance to actually like look in detail at exactly what he said. I skimmed over it, and I saw basically the gist of a lot of what he said. Because I had a drum lesson just before this. I basically came from a drum lesson straight into this town hall, so I didn't get a whole lot of time to read it. But as far as the State of the Union, I liked some of his. I liked that the rhetoric that he was putting on. I liked that he talked about what we need to do going forward, how we need to unite, and that's basically what I picked up from it. And I'm glad that's the face that he put on in his State of the Union.
Okay. in his State of the Union, he actually discussed, some of the things they've done in the past, and I'll just kind of give you some key points, which is really the economy being improved. He believes that the foreign nation situation has improved, and Teapon overall has improved. The statistics, as far as Teapon, one of the polls that we ran was, does these people, do they think that Teapon is going the right direction? And 45% saying no, 55% saying, actually, I'm swapping that. I'm saying that wrong. 55% of them said, and 45% of them said yes.
Okay.
So, president's main topics, but what would you say about this term, and does his State of the Union points, I guess, does that point to, in your opinion, improved foreign nations and improved economy and improved Teapon overall?
Well, there's been a few problems. I would say, okay, the economy is one place I would give the president credit. The president's done a fairly good job with the economy, and I'm not going to detract that from him. As far as foreign nations, I would say that he didn't act quickly enough on a lot of stuff, like NATO, for example. NATO, that entire term, I think we should have been building up the alliance, trying to figure out who we could get in it, and trying to really establish sort of a strong base for it during that whole time, so we could be prepared to act when foreign policy crisis actually happened. And that did happen to some extent, but I really think NATO should have expanded a lot faster. And we did basically get bullied out of. Are you still there? It says you left the call.
Yeah, no, I'm here. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I think.
Okay, so we're still going.
I'm here, but it's not going live right now. It lost connection. I'm gonna restart that, and then we'll.
Okay, could I take a bathroom break real quick?
Yes, you should do it.
Okay.
Run there, and you should be able to do that.
Sounds good.
I guess you can lead me to your ceiling.
Oh yeah, looks better than I do. Here.
Oh, I like.
She's a beauty. All right, I'm back.
Yeah, somehow pretty much my computer lost connection to the Wi-Fi, so to restart that, and then we should be Gucci.
Sweet.
All right.
Also, you get a little bit less of the ceiling now.
Yeah. Oh, rip.
Big rip. So what's the plan now? Do I just log off the call, or what's the?
No, you can keep going. I just have to reconnect my computer to the thing, and we should be good.
Okay.
Yeah, we should be good. Again, I just gotta reconnect everything, and we should be all right. All right, let me see my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi seems to be just completely going ape shit right now, and I don't know why.
Oof. Well, if you can get it back up, that would definitely be a plus.
Yeah.
Is your screen frozen too, like for me? Am I frozen right now?
I doubt it. But the reason why your screen's probably frozen is because I am not on the call right now. I'm on my phone doing stuff.
Oh, okay. I got you.
All right, let me see. All right, let's see. Really? This is a shame. It sucks.
Yeah, it really does.
Right in the middle of our wonderful
Beautiful, beautiful dialogue.
things hit the fan pretty hard, and I
So,
direct messages left and right. Cool.
are we gonna have to continue this like at a later time, or do you think we'll be able to get it back up?
No, hopefully we can get it back going.
So,
I hope so.
yeah. If not, we could like continue it in the comments or something.
Yeah,
I guess.
I hate doing that. That's why I
Me
hate
too.
comment debates. That's why I always like to do live stuff.
I like face to face. It's good.
Boy, I answer the tough questions.